Once upon a time, there was a castle that served as the gateway to a magical world, an icon of fairy tales and adventure. This is the story of Sleeping Beauty Castle, the enchanting heart of Disneyland Paris. The history of Sleeping Beauty Castle begins even before Disneyland Paris opened its doors. In the 1980s, the first plans for a Disney park in Europe were introduced. The location was carefully chosen, just outside Paris, ideally positioned to attract visitors from all over Europe. But how do you build a fairy tale castle that stands out in a continent rich with medieval history and countless real castles? The Disney Imagineers, led by Tony Baxter, faced the challenge. Unlike the American parks, this castle needed to stand out in a region where imposing castles like Chambord and Neuschwanstein had existed for centuries. Their solution, a design that combined the best of European architecture with a touch of Disney magic. A castle that is more elegant, colorful, and fantastical than its predecessors. Inspired by medieval art and Gothic cathedrals, with graceful spires, blue rooftops, and golden accents, it looks as if it steps straight out of a storybook. Construction began in 1988 and lasted a couple of years. At 50 meters tall, the castle is not the largest Disney castle, but optical illusions in its architecture make it appear grander than it actually is. The subtle gradient in the towers and the strategic placement of details create the illusion of greater height. On April 12, 1992, Euro Disney officially opened, and Sleeping Beauty Castle became the park's symbol. But this castle had something special that its predecessors did not: a dragon. Hidden in the caves beneath the castle lies an animatronic dragon stretching 27 meters long. This impressive creature, La Tanière du Dragon, breathes smoke and moves as if it could awaken at any moment. The interior of the castle is just as magical. The enchanting gallery of Sleeping Beauty takes visitors through the classic Sleeping Beauty story, featuring stunning stained glass windows, tapestries, and hand-painted storybooks that bring the fairy tale to life. The gallery, which opened on March 20, 1993, is a true gem of craftsmanship. The 9 stained glass windows were designed by Paul Chapman, a former stained glass artisan to the Queen of England, who had even participated in the restoration of the stained glass windows of Notre Dame de Paris. At 80 years old, he was so inspired by Disney's project that he returned to work on it. In 1997, to celebrate the 5th anniversary of Disneyland Paris, Sleeping Beauty Castle underwent a dazzling transformation. For this special occasion, the castle was magically reimagined. Adorned with golden stars and shimmering decorations, the castle took on a more festive and dreamlike appearance. A massive number 5 was placed at the highest tower, symbolizing 5 years of magic and wonder. This was not the first time the castle was decorated for an anniversary. In 1993, 1 year after the opening of Euro Disney, the castle was transformed in one giant birthday cake. A couple of years later, they took that concept also to the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World to celebrate the 25th anniversary in 1996, giving their own castle the birthday cake overlay. This special celebration left an unforgettable mark on the park's history, proving that Sleeping Beauty Castle could take on new forms while always remaining the timeless heart of Disneyland Paris. Over the decades, Sleeping Beauty Castle has become an icon. It has been the backdrop for spectacular fireworks shows, colorful parades, and magical Christmas illuminations. In 2021, it underwent an extensive renovation to prepare for Disneyland Paris' 30th anniversary. With restored golden details, repainted towers, and a fresh new look, the castle shines brighter than ever before. Disney castles are an integral part of each Disney park, each with its own unique story and charm. The original Sleeping Beauty Castle at Disneyland, California, opened in 1955, remains a beloved classic. In Florida, Cinderella Castle at Walt Disney World is an inspiring masterpiece, standing at 57 meters tall. Tokyo Disneyland also features a Cinderella Castle, mirroring its Floridian counterpart. Meanwhile, Hong Kong Disneyland's castle underwent a magical transformation in 2020, becoming the Castle of Magical Dreams, dedicated to multiple Disney princesses. Shanghai Disneyland has the largest and most elaborate castle of them all, the Enchanted Storybook Castle, a grand structure celebrating all Disney princesses in one majestic design. Each of these castles is a beacon of magic, representing the heart and soul of their parks. Today, Sleeping Beauty Castle remains the beating heart of Disneyland Paris. Whether you see it for the first time or the 100th, the moment you walk down Main Street and see the castle in the distance is pure magic. A timeless symbol of dreams, fantasy, and the boundless power of imagination. Before we end this video, let me share some extra fun facts. One of the more unique details of the Sleeping Beauty Castle in Disneyland Paris is that there are snails on the roof. They can be found on left Golden Tower. If you walk left of Sleeping Beauty Castle near the Dragon's Lair, you'll find an arch leading to Fantasyland. Look closely and you'll spot a family crest, which, according to Disney Imagineers, represents the Disney family. This family crest can also be found at the other Disney castles. And so the fairy tale lives on, forever and ever.